Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dynamite Dubois. Seems like this fight could be on the cards at some point later on this year. Anthony Joshua's coming off of the last three fights were wins. I'll go in reverse order. Ngannou, Wallin, and Helenius. Daniel Dubois in reverse order, his last three fights. Hrgovic was a win. Gerard Big Baby Miller was a win, and a loss to Usyk in that championship fight for the unified crown. So look, Daniel Dubois versus Anthony Joshua, both UK fighters, both British heavyweights. The boxing fans know well and truly who Daniel Dubois is. There's been much talk about Daniel Dubois in the last few months, last few years, I'd say. You know, since the whole issue with him quitting on his knee against Joe Joyce. Since that incident happened, Daniel Dubois has been in the limelight, but he's come good now, and you know he's done himself proud, and he's moved over to Don Charles, who I think is a great trainer for him, a bit of a father figure for him, and I believe, I've said this before on my live stream, I believe that Daniel Dubois is the future of the heavyweight division. When all these guys go, 25-year-old Daniel Dubois, 25, 26, I think he is maybe, I believe he will take over the division, right? Be a champion, possibly a unified champion. I'm not so sure about an undisputed champion unless he gets a favorable fight, with the undisputed crown on the line. Other than that, going out there and collecting all four belts, I'm not so sure, but definitely unified, I believe. Anthony Joshua, he's gone out there and he's unified the heavyweight division, becoming unified champion. He's always wanted that undisputed crown, never got around to getting that. He's got the 2 losses to Usyk. That prevented him from even trying to fight for the undisputed crown. But a fight between these two guys would be real interesting, right? I've been a big fan of Daniel Dubois the past past year or so. Well, since the Miller win, even the Kevin Lorena, he came through that. I know there's a lot of controversy of that fight. He did come through it though. So I've been big on Daniel Dubois, right? No diddy, and Anthony Joshua, obviously we all know about Anthony Joshua. How would these two guys fare up, right? I will just say this. Look, Anthony Joshua has gained a lot of experience himself with the 2 losses to Usyk. He's come through something. He's got a good trainer in Ben Davison right now at the moment. They're both doing good work together. And Anthony Joshua hasn't looked, he's been looking good now. Let's just say he's been looking good in the second term of his career. He's not the champion anymore. That's taken a lot of pressure off of him and a lot of weight off his shoulders because now he can get down to his game. But I would look at the last 3 fights and say, all right, even before that fight, we got the Jermaine Franklin fight, before the Helenius fight. I would look at it and say, look, I did say Anthony Joshua needs these type of fights, the fights that he can go get in there and try and work his stuff. It's not so threatening for him. Helenius being, he did kind of slug it out with Helenius for 7 rounds. The Wallin fight, he decimated Wallin, and obviously we know what happened in the Francis Ngannou fight. But if we go all the way back to the 4th fight, right? Previously 4th fight against Franklin, he didn't look too clever. But that's something that I did say because styles make fights, and I do believe fighters like Jermaine Franklin are how can I say, a tougher test for Anthony Joshua. His style doesn't fare well with guys like that. If you do look backwards into the history, look at guys like Andy Ruiz, who beat Anthony Joshua, Carlos Takam, who I felt was getting better towards the end of the fight before the referee stopped it. The unification fight with Joseph Parker, Anthony Joshua won the fight, but you can see it wasn't a great fight. It wasn't a great fight, and he didn't win by a massive margin. So I do believe he does struggle with a smaller guy. Daniel Dubois is slightly smaller than AJ, but I wouldn't say he's in the height range where I think Anthony Joshua struggles, right? So I think, he's roughly 6. I think he's 6'5", Anthony Joshua's 6'6", so there's not much in between them. Anthony Joshua does have a slightly longer reach. Dubois got a good jab. I mean, a lot of people saying that Dubois' jab is actually better than Joshua's. I'm not sure about that. I'll have to go back and assess it. I got into trouble on YouTube on the original channel trying to break down fights using footage, getting copyright strikes and getting kicked off. So, I've got to be careful. Maybe if I do my videos this time, I'm going to have to put it on my Rumble and then just put a link for you guys to just go over to the Rumble and have a listen and have a watch of that content, see how I break it down. So anyway, I think I'm gonna have to. I'm not gonna fully break this fight down. I don't think I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna not waste my time, but I'm not gonna put too much stock into it because I don't want to break it down and it don't happen because that's frustrating sometimes. So I'll just say this. I'll look at their strengths and weaknesses. I'm just gonna go off the top of my head. Anthony Joshua, strengths, obviously strong. He's a strong fella, 6'6". You know what I mean? Big guy, big heavyweight. He's got a good right hand on him. I believe he's one of the hardest hitting heavyweights in the division. What else can I say? Obviously, he's improved. He's improved under Ben Davison. He's improved under Ben Davison. And also now he's starting to target the body with his straight right hand as well. Not just a headhunt. He's targeting the body of that right hand, trying to slow his opponent down. So I think that's pretty good of Anthony Joshua. But the weaknesses, again, cardio. Cardio, one of the weaknesses for Anthony Joshua. If he's in a high-paced fight, we might lack in a little bit of the cardio section. But I believe he's improved over the last few years, to tell you the truth. Defense, I mean, someone against Usyk, we can't, Usyk's obviously a genius, man. So, we've got to look at him against someone like Dubois. Maybe his defense might hold up a bit better. And also the legs. Anthony Joshua, I don't know what it is, but when he gets fatigued, sometimes his legs are like, he's like Bambi on ice sometimes. When he gets into trouble. But, anyway, I'll move on anyway. Daniel Dubois. Attributes, good jab, good right hand, determination now. I'm going to put that in his attributes. Determined now. He's determined to just get over that wall. What else can we say about Daniel? Good power in the hands, good power. I can't think of much more when it comes to attributes, man. I mean, this desire to win now is getting stronger, and that could be one of the greatest things. Maybe the heart is increasing. We look at faults in Daniel Dubois. We look at his defense. His elbows seem to flare out, makes him vulnerable to the body. Not only that, it leaves him susceptible to his shoulders getting fatigued quite quickly in the fight. We see he gets out of shape quite quickly as well. Don Charles screaming and shouting, telling him to get into shape. Keep your shape, Dan. Also, he takes long to settle into fights. I felt like he took 6 rounds to settle into that fight against Hrgovic. But when he did settle, he came good, right? Wasn't moving his head much and stuff like that. But eventually, if you look at round 6 onwards, Daniel Dubois, that's the type of fighter I want to see from round 2, round 1, round 2. I want to see that type of fighter from there. Daniel Dubois can only get better from now, right? So Anthony Joshua does have his work cut out. I mean, I'm going to slightly put Anthony Joshua as a favorite, a 60-40 favorite, but do not count out Dynamite Daniel Dubois. Just do not count him out because I believe that he's the future of the heavyweight division and he'll be taking he took a big scalp in Filip Hrgovic, just the other day. And I believe there'll be a few more scalps he'll take. And a lot of these guys were underestimating him. Hrgovic underestimated him, and look how that ended up. So Anthony Joshua best not underestimate Daniel Dubois, or it could be curtains. Anyway, enough said. Do us a favor. This is the new channel. So make sure you subscribe to the new channel. You can see the credits rolling down at the bottom. It's Outlaw Pugilist 2.0 reloaded, right? Reloaded. So you can type in Outlaw Pugilist reloaded or 2.0, or you can just, whatever it may be, whatever. Enough said anyway. Smash the like button, hit that bell for notifications to get all the new and latest videos.